Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DioTalk. I'm Dio. Let's talk.
I'm here. Are you there?
Yes, you're breaking up a little bit.
How about now?
Good.
Awesome. I'm doing fantastic today. I'm staying here in the Hyatt in Jersey City rooftop, just planning my business, getting ready for the next step, for the next phase. I'm in the middle of a transformation now, so we got a plan for something to execute next.
That's what's up, man. So you would like to share some news? You just was
Sure.
telling me.
Yes, I just closed on my first sale up in here in Jersey City, a two-family, my first home that I sold in this market that I grew up in and that I love, a
Congrats.
$650,000 home. Thank you so much. And it was it's exhilarating. It's ignited my momentum.
That's what's up, man. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Grinding,
Thank you.
grinding. And you're a busy guy. You're a busy guy. I've checked your Instagram, and you're always doing something. You're a busy guy. Success is just around the
I am
way,
a very
around the
busy
corner,
guy.
brother.
Thank you. Success is sacrifice. So it's like the more I take on, the more I sacrifice. But I'm so happy to take on all of these ventures. I read something, I think it was on Instagram too, and it was like Death of the Real Estate Agent, Rise of the Entrepreneur. And basically, what that means is now that we're in a virtual age, now that we're in a cloud, we are not just limited by the transaction. So I'm now creating an enterprise of streams of income. So the real estate is the cash cow. That is the main business. But from that branches so many different opportunities.
Yeah. Wow. What made you want to become a real estate agent? Because you're a young guy, right? That's good. You're starting off early. What
Thank
made
you.
you want to take this leap of faith and invest your career and start in real estate?
The leap of faith came from the sense of independence. When I had turned 18, I was like, okay, my life is now in my hands. What made me want to become a real estate agent is knowing the strength of a landlord, knowing the power of possessing assets at a young age. And just growing up and knowing that my mom's boss, who lived downstairs in the law office where she
Mm,
worked, would always ask her to ask her kids to keep it down upstairs. So my mom would always say, the landlord, my boss, the landlord, it gave him a sense of authority. So in my mind, it was always okay. The landlord is the boss is the landlord, and how that translates into real life is, if you own the assets, you own the money, you have the power. And that's always just been in the back of my mind, like, I can be a landlord, I can be a boss, I can have power. And when I gained that sense of independence at 18, it was either bartending license or real estate license. And I went with the real estate license, and
and not
that's why.
and not college, because usually 18, everybody wants to go to college. Um,
Definitely. So I was already enrolled in college at
got
18.
it,
I
got it.
started the summer that I graduated my senior year. I went to Marist High School for freshman and sophomore year up in Bayonne in Hudson County. And then I went to Dickinson for 2 years for my junior and senior year in Jersey City. So the summer after graduating my senior year, I enrolled into a college program at St. Peter's University in Jersey City. And got a head start with my college degree. I started off as an accounting major. Eventually, down the line, I did 3, 4 years of finance and marketing, a dual degree, because I'm always, like you said, trying to take on, more than one thing at a time, and I'm trying to succeed. So I wanted to grasp that marketing degree, then grasp that finance degree, but my concentration was in leadership. So in studying those fields, the concentration was leadership. So I was trained to do what I'm doing now. I was trained to be a leader, to have a global perspective or even a universal perspective of what I'm doing in my industries and in my life. So I definitely went to school and I love the education I received. I had to take a break, on and off, only because of the emotional stability, running a business, trying to complete 2 degrees at the same time, is a lot for someone. So I
Yeah,
had
man,
to
you're
go on and off with school.
wow. That was a lot. But you're
Oh,
able
yes.
to achieve so much and submit so much dedication that success, like I said, is around the corner, man. I like the fact that you speak of assets. See, I'm a little older than you. I wish I had the, how would I say, the proper guidance, or at least good role models, or positive people around me, because defining what's an asset and a liability, it's sort of a different language for people. What you will see what's an asset and liability, somebody else will look at you wouldn't able to understand that. And like I said, you're able to understand that language. Success is around the corner for you. I mean, you're already doing so much. You're right now, you just closed on a big deal. You just we talked about earlier that you're launching your new brand, and you're branding yourself, brother. I mean, what's else in what's else in the near future? I want to know.
See, it's all coming together, it's all just,
Oh,
it's just transpiring. So it's like I'm really just going with my faith, and really is no opportunities are arising and coming before me, and I am an opportunist. So I will seize opportunities as they come my way. So right now what we have, in the works, coming together is I'm making platform appearances on local entrepreneurs and business owners who are also succeeding in their businesses. I am collaborating with my market and the business people in my market, growing my network, growing my resources, so that us together as the businessmen and women in this community and in this industry, in several industries, can take over from here on. I want to represent New Jersey. I want to represent everything that New Jersey has to offer, and I want to raise my community, into a global market. I'm dabbing into apparel. I'm dabbing into the entertainment and the videography. I'm dabbing a little bit into the marketing. I'm dabbing into the finance. I'm dabbing into the real estate, and I'm just soaking it all up. And I'm just, I have plans on writing a book. I'm doing an autobiography, and some life stories,
wow,
and
there you
everything that
go.
I've been through. That's just the first time I'm saying it, on the platform, but it is coming to fruition. I have the editors, the writers, I have all the resources in that work. I do plan on doing some apparel of my own, or some collaborations with other people who are looking to do apparel. I'm also looking to do promotions for other brands. So, paid partnerships. So there's a lot going on in terms of my brand launch. But the first step is to establish the entities under the enterprise, so that I have it in order, because we operate from checklists.
Mm, smart way, step by step,
Thank
not getting
you.
too ahead, not stepping too behind, keeping you right on track. Now, what was like you mentioned just a second ago, like what were your difficulties coming up and trying to achieve these? Because I for all my listeners, right, I tend to uh I want people to understand that everything great you reach in life, everything comes to hard work and dedication and practicing your craft, and nothing's given. So what was your challenging moments that you realize this is going to be, well, this is going to take work to what I want to build?
That is such an impactful question, and it just sends my mind into spirals. Because when you think of, like, okay, what was challenging? What was a struggle? It's a daily challenge and it's a daily struggle. But if you really want to put a magnifying glass under what the challenges were, and the challenges that I faced mostly comes from within, and it's more of my inner battles with myself, with my mind, with my own self-confidence, my own securities, my own perspective. And the greatest challenges really come from learning to love who I am, learning to accept who I am, and learning that the only way I can move forward is by first moving myself in that direction. So I have to um, constantly and daily remind myself that I love who I am. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. I am living this purpose and I am exuding this purpose. And I have to continue to um, stop doubting myself. I cannot doubt myself because I'm bound by no limits. And when I put limits on myself, that is when I prevent my success. So the challenge comes from emotional stability. So there are times where I can control that emotion. You know, like you said, I'm young. I'm doing a lot right now. I'm doing this independently. I'm growing a team. I have 3, 4 agents getting licensed now. I have 2, 3 agents transitioning from their brokerage to join myself and my team and us to take this market. So there's a lot of emotional drain that comes into that. So what I have to do is keep myself emotionally stable so that my emotions aren't fluctuating, you know, like a roller coaster, you know, at a rapid speed, you know. So I just have to face the challenge of emotional stability, and that's probably my biggest enemy and my biggest nightmare. But it's a daily progress every day. You know, it's just part of being human, having to learn to cope with your emotions, having to learn how to harness your energy to do things that are productive and not things that are self-destructive. So yeah, I mean, becoming accepting of others or having others accept me as a challenge. But that's one thing I've come to realize is whether people accept me or not, I still must and have to accept myself. So that's a really big challenge that I face.
Wow, that's deep. That's very inspiring.
Thank
Um,
you.
I think I think you touched on something very important, you know, especially when it comes to our emotions. I think 90% of our times to achieve something, anything, it could be just something simple from getting your license. Our emotions tend to control us, and you know, we tend to fail and achieve what we want. But if we're able to, you know, I say this all the time, we shouldn't ignore our emotions, but we should also try not to let it control us. You know, I think I've lost a lot of opportunities throughout my life because of my emotions, and not be able, you know, not able to have, you know, individuals like yourself to, I can look at, I can roll a certain role model, or just once again have positive people near me to understand that. Because I know anxiety and plays a big role in trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve right now.
Yes, yes,
Um,
definitely.
so you're doing marketing, you're doing branding, you're in real estate.
Yep.
How do you get some sleep?
The sleep is really the easy part because I usually work until I'm exhausted
And
and
just
I've
knock
exhausted
out.
all the energy, and then usually I just crash. But there are times where it's like I'm there, that momentum is going, I'm doing so much at once, and then I do sort of have to um relax myself to calm my mind and my brain down so that I can shut it down, because it can be difficult, you know. Like you said, you hit the nail right on the head. Anxiety is and emotions are a big part of functioning, and you don't want to miss opportunities because of you know a not charged battery. You know, you don't want to operate with a battery that's not charged. And
Yes.
um there really is a challenge when it when it comes to stopping myself and being like, okay, woosah, because I tend to work until I have no more stamina. So now the secret is, the tip is to watch a movie, and usually when I put a movie on, I'll go right to sleep. And I'm a Marvel fanatic, so I everything. So I probably watch a superhero film, someone or something with superpowers every single night.
Nice. I'm a DC fan.
I love DC. DC is everything. I've been watching DC recently, actually. Harley Quinn on HBO,
Yeah.
pretty good show. Yeah, I've been checking that out lately. I think I've already fell asleep the whole series, so I have to keep putting it on until eventually I knock out. But I draw a lot of inspiration from that art as well. You know,
Mhm.
we're just like those characters. We all have those powers, those skills, and those abilities,
Yes,
and we
yes.
just have to access them. We have to tap into them. You know, like I have my biggest strengths. I know my biggest strengths, and the best part about knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and most often your weaknesses are your greatest strengths. And even now with building my team is everyone who comes on board is going to go through a strength assessor, through a talent assessment. And that's one thing that is neoclassical. It's new. It's not something that other people do. Maybe they'll have someone take a personality assessment, or something simple like that. I'm simply assessing the strengths of the people that are coming onto the team, because just like I know my strengths and weaknesses, just like you asked what my challenges are. That's so important to know when you're working with others as well. That's why it's a very valid question that you asked that.
Yeah, man. Building a team, people think that building a team is everybody has the same talent, but they don't know building a team you're good for this, you're good for this, you're good for this. And it's a group of different talents. So you're going in the right direction. Um, you're from Jersey City, right?
Yep, I'm right here from Jersey City. I was born in Manhattan. Mom's side of the family from Brooklyn, dad's side of the family from Bronx. It's where all
Brooklyn,
my family
Bronx in
is,
the
and I was
house.
raised in Jersey City. That's right, Brooklyn and Bronx in the house. But I was raised in Jersey
Yeah.
City.
All right. How's it important for you, right? Because we just came through a year of pandemic, right? Almost a year or so. Not sure the dates, but we're still in pandemic stage, right? How important is individuals like yourself, individual like myself, right? The importance of us being involved in our small businesses within our community.
It is everything. It is so important for us to be involved in the business in this community, because just in these types of times, and times of disorder and chaos, there
Mhm.
are people who can thrive, and those are the same people that can help other people thrive who aren't doing as well during these times. We're seeing all of these restaurants close. We're seeing all of these vacancies, and now there's scarce inventory. I mean, you sell one house and there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people that want to buy it, and only one of them can have it.
Yeah.
And then now,
It, it's definitely a
there's
it's
not
definitely a seller's
many.
market right now.
It is
Yeah.
absolutely a seller's market here. The sellers are running this market, and the buyers are lining up. So now, in terms of how important is it for us to be there in our community, there is a help, there is a demand, there's low supply, and it's our job um, to educate our community, to support our community, and to guide them, to lead them, and not necessarily manage all of them, but at least make sure that they're aware, and
Mhm.
that there are decisions they can make, and that there is always an option. I just spoke with a lender today, and something that's like I said, the low supply, and now we're looking at strategies that we can use to help people still purchase a home if they want to buy a home, and there are methods and strategies that we can use to support our community. So it's very important that we're here for our community, because who is going to be there for our community if it's not us?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah. Wow. So you were part of the appointment academy, right? I have like,
Hmm.
well, how was your experience on that? I had nothing but like I'm not a real estate agent, my wife is, but I partook in her experience, and for somebody outside, because I'm well knowledgeable in real estate. I take knowledge for myself and use it personally. You know, I know I'm not as talented as you or my wife in this real estate game, but I stood present and I learned so much to help me with my business that has totally nothing to do with real estate. And it blew my mind. How was your experience on that?
So my experience in the real estate market has been very, if I could probably put it in three words, I would say enjoyable, I would say sporadic, and I would say uh, opportunity. It's just endless fun. It's just different every day, and it's just massive, massive chances to do different things. And it's like my experience in the industry has been, and I've been in the industry for 4 years, but the last 3 years I've operated on a different scale, doing different operations, different types of transactions. This first year out of the operations are doing things higher caliber or maybe more challenging than the simple operations that I was doing before. So I've taken a level up in doing this full time. I think remarkable expenses versus the revenue. I'm looking at fantastic ratios. I'm looking at this is a profitable business, and I'm not leaving this business anytime soon. I don't think I'd ever leave this industry. I would love
Yeah,
to even do what you're doing as well. And it's not a job for me, it's a lifestyle for me. This is just what I do. This is just me living my life, and me living is feeding me an income. I'm just reigning over my life, and anything that streams of income is part of my lifestyle. So I enjoy what I do. I'm a network marketer. So I meet people, incredible people such as yourself and your wife, who is also very knowledgeable in the industry, who is also a very strong ally. And one of my ideas is to even do a property management company, which she has experience in overseeing and managing. So it's like, um, that's another plan that I have in the works, of something I'm looking forward to do. And that's an example of an ally who's there, who can help me accomplish those dreams. And we can build an empire, is what I'm doing now. And it's like every single person that you meet has their own talents. Every single person you meet has their own strengths. So my experience thus far in academy that I'm on now, which is a develop group over at EXP Realty and Growth. And my experience with the Appointment Academy has been very vital for the success of my business, because I suffered from what was called a call reluctancy. And call reluctancy is basically like, I don't want to pick up the phone and call somebody and ask them to sell their house. I don't want to pick up the call. I don't want to pick up the phone and call somebody and like sound like a telemarketer and a salesman over the phone. But I have gotten over it because I've changed my perspective. I'm not calling these individuals who are inside of the market to harass them. I'm calling them to provide them with my talents that they're in need of. I bring skills to the table that most people do not have. In fact, one else. So noticing that I do have talent and that I do have such differentiation from my competition really helped me get over my call reluctancy. And I was like pushed, it's a boot camp, pretty much. I was pushed and forced to make the calls. I was held accountable for my business. And it took me some time, but I went over it and I got over it. And my business is thriving, and nothing is going to stop the success of my business, especially not a call, or not a feeling of call reluctancy.
I feel you. I remember when my wife first starting, I used to help her and call these random numbers,
Yes.
and 9 out of 10 used to hang up. But it's persistence that'll get you the win at the end. How many no's are you gonna get before you get a yes? And that attitude, obviously in the appointment academy they teach you that. I unfortunately I didn't have at that time appointment academy, but that's why you got these services, man. Some of them are good. Some of them What I liked about the Appointment Academy was simple encouragement. There's no stupid answer or stupid question. Just encouragement. Just keep doing it. A lot of people tend to fall, and not just fall, but just they fail once and they don't keep trying. They fail twice and they don't keep
Yes,
trying, not knowing that failure is the best teacher. And if you fail, you have to fail forward. Continue build yourself until you get where you want to go. If you never learned anything,
absolutely.
yeah, if you never learned anything and something's new, of course you're going to fail. But then you have the people that will put you down. So you have to continue and find the courage within, right? Because like you said earlier, it's with you to overcome that. And, they could say you suck, but you know, you say fuck it and you keep moving forward.
Exactly. And every time you fall, you just get back up. You do not stay on the ground. You rise and you levitate.
Yeah. Yes, and that is the only way to you're gonna find some type of success. Like obviously
Absolutely.
how much important, for my listeners, because how and how much in like the importance of networking,
Oh,
just not in just your industry, but in general.
networking is everything in terms of, you know, uniting, in terms of conquering, in terms of building, in terms of executing a plan. You need people. You need to have people. You cannot accomplish anything alone. You always need someone, even to heal emotionally, even to handle your problems, even to run a business. No matter what you're doing, you will always need someone else to make it happen, to make it come true. And that's why it's so important to operate from a network perspective, because it's who you know, it's how you know them, it's what you can do for them, it's what they can do for you. And all it comes down to is each and every one of those talents, each and every one of those differentiations, it doesn't all come from one person, it comes from an army. And every single person in that army is gifted and talented, and every single person in that army can execute something differently that the next person cannot. So when you know someone who has skills or talents that you don't, that then balances yourself. So I know that networking is everything, and that's why I'm a network marketer. I cast the web. I am the
Oh,
center of that web.
I'll be speaking to you after this podcast ends.
Absolutely. And just sit in the center of that web. And exactly how a web is shaped is exactly how a network is operated. There is that one person who is in the center of the web, and everyone inside that web is a different connection. And that's network. It goes from local to global to universal. It's networking is everything. And it's like it's who you know, right? You hear that so many times, is it's who you know,
Yeah,
who is going to get you to the next step. You have
I
to know
agree.
someone.
I agree. 100%. Um, man.
So networking is everything.
Yes,
Networking is
yes,
vital.
yes, yes, yes.
I've done this. That's how I have mentors. That's how I have coaches. That's how I met you and your incredible platform and what you're doing. And that's how
Oh,
I
thank you.
met your wife and what she's doing. And how that's how I know she's done property management. And you're both incredible. And that's how I've met all these other entrepreneurs and business owners and businessmen and women who are succeeding. Is it all came from networking. And that's why social media is huge, because that these are networking all neighbors through the internet. We're all connected through that global network.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. 100%. Um, it's that help, it's important to that, I mean, you hit it right in the nail. It's important to network and grow. I tell, like, I've had this conversation when the youngsters, right? um they're always indecisive of to go to college or not, right? So I tell them, if you're gonna go to college, it's gonna help you understand what you want to do, right? But also the more the most important parts of like the universities or these Ivy League, universities is the connections you're able to have. That's why you're paying that $100,000 tuition. That's
Absolutely.
that's it's who you know. That's the most important. That's how your
Yes.
your your business is gonna get out there and be able to prosper.
That when you go to an Ivy League, you are paying for the network.
Yeah.
When you go to the Ivy League, you're paying for what they can bring you. You're paying for who they know, who are donating billions and millions of dollars to their establishments. Absolutely. So network is vital for success, or just vital in general. You
Yes.
know,
So when are we going to be seeing your brand? I'm curious. I don't want to I don't want you to tell too much. I don't want you to give it out. But what can we be expecting that?
you can expect a Neo brand launch very soon within the next month or two. I have a couple more photo shoots to do. I have
There
a
you
couple
go.
more projects, to put down. I have a couple more my network people to tap into who are going to help me launch this brand. And there's just a lot of things in the works, a lot of changes going on, a lot of things happening. So definitely within the next month or two, everyone, I would love for you to keep up and to see what I'm up to. I'd love to find out what everyone else is doing. And that's a huge supporter. I'm become a reality. So this brand is basically going to be a new enterprise of different operations and different streams. So we have the financial services already in the works, which I'm offering financial services and financial plans and financial GPSs to individuals who do want to buy a home or who just want to build their assets and their accounts. And the real estate is already in the works. So we have the finance, we have the real estate, and the new brand will incorporate new materials from everything that's already established. So there's going to be apparel, there's going to be marketing, there's going to be finance, there's going to be real estate, there's going to be bigger platforms, there's going to be just a complete evolution and transformation of how business is operating now as compared to how a new generation is going to operate a business. And what it took was the capital. So now that I closed this most recent deal, we have reached a point of where now the capital can be reinvested into the business. And this is where the business takes another level and takes another step ahead. So everything has already been planned, everything has already been working, and now it's more of the creative process coming to reality. So now it's like finalizing the final pieces, figuring out what's gonna go where, who's gonna manage what, who's gonna be involved, and I can solidify this within the next month or two.
Wow.
But I'm looking for a place for myself right now. So yeah, April to go to Florida and to hang out a little bit to, keep my mind fresh, to take care of, all the new business ventures, and just relax a little bit, breathe, get my emotions together so I can execute the next step. So right now, I'm gonna find a new place. I think I'm gonna do an apartment for another year or so before I purchase my very first property, which I'm
There you
super
go.
excited for. um yeah, that's gonna be everything. So we're finding a place right now, and then I'm gonna go to Florida, and then I'll come back home and live in my new home.
That's what's up, man. I wish you the best of luck. That's what a lot of people need to do. I mean,
Thank you.
you're doing it. You're living the dream. But to have that, you gotta work for it. So uh wow, man, you're doing a lot. I'm so happy to sit here and speak to you, and so you can share a little bit of your story and history and your grind, man. It's very special. I think we need more of you, more of helping one another and believing in one another to achieve greatness.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I'm honored to be here, honestly. And it's like when you say things out loud and you say it, to someone else, you really solidify it into existence, so able to share everything I'm doing, and to just hear and listen and communicate my own progressions and projections. It really is just embrace, and I'm just like exhilarated to take the next step, and you're hearing everything firsthand. This is a first perspective. This is the beginning of something spectacular.
No, we definitely have to do this again. So when
Oh
you when
yeah,
you officially launch that brand, we definitely have to do this. I definitely, because for somebody that's launching my own brand, Dream Inspire Obtain, I've it's always exciting to see other people launch, and create their what they have in their head and bring it to life. I think it's beautiful and amazing, man.
absolutely.
Um,
Thank
tell
you,
tell
definitely. And this is collaboration.
yeah, tell the people where they can find you at. Well, go find them,
Ye-
follow him, and if you need a real estate agent, Kyle Vasquez is your man.
and you can reach me there on Instagram. You can find my link tree there where you have access to all of my social media profiles. You can even Google Kyle Vasquez Realtor and look at everything I have on top of the search engine optimization. I'm dominating that search. So if you want to Google Kyle Vasquez, you will find me. Just make sure you spell Kyle Vasquez VazQuez. So you're very easy to find. You can Google me. You can find me on social media. And I'd love to keep in touch with everyone involved. And, I cannot wait to make my next appearance and catch you up. And I can't wait
Yes,
to do business
yes,
with you and
yes,
to see you and, barbecue and,
yes.
something around the corner.
Yes, it is.
And oh, my number too. I can give my number. So if anyone wants to give me a call and reach me, that's 917-201-9358. My team covers the entire New Jersey state, and I work for a cloud-based company, so we can help you around the globe, state, country, wherever you're looking. We can find what you're looking for. Finance, you want to know how much you can buy for, want to know where, who, what, when, where, how, you want me to connect with my network, give me a call, 917-201-9358. And it's only evolution after you make that phone call.
There you go. Well, Kyle, thank you for joining me today. We definitely have to do this again.
Absolutely, definitely.
And have a great day, man. See you guys. Peace.